reading the facial features, just so we're
So
clear.
okay, so before you tell us about that, like, was there some big catalyst that you had that made you decide to go forward and do this? Was there like this
In 2000, yeah, so in 2017, I met somebody who had who had actually been through this course and read my face. And I was like, holy crap, you don't know me from a hole in the wall, and you nailed me. And one of the things that happened, and this was really interesting because whatever you change on the outside changes on the inside. Okay. So my eyebrows used to be like really thick here, and then you couldn't even see anything. And what that meant was I was a shiny object girl. Okay. I started everything, but I never finished anything. And if you looked at my bank account, it actually matched that in 2017. So a few years later, when I really learned this, I went out and spent about $500 to get my eyebrows microbladed so they go from the beginning to the end. And guess what happened? I finish everything. Okay. And I'm going to tell you just something that's a little bit personal, but I don't care because it's kind of interesting. All right. So I am 69 years old, and in July I did a facelift. Okay. And the reason I did a facelift was because I was so tired of the outside not matching the inside. If you haven't noticed, I have a little bit of energy,
you have a lot
and
of
I
energy,
would show
a
up,
lot of
and
energy.
I looked tired all the time. I had like really, it was not check-on bags, right? This was not carry-on. These were check-on bags under my eyes and my neck. So I went out and I had the surgery, okay? And 2 weeks later, okay, a little puffy, did a webinar. I made more money in that 1 month. I not only paid for my surgery, I paid for our trip on the Haven to go to Alaska in that 1 month
Yay.
right after the surgery. Okay, biggest month I've ever had in my entire life. And I will tell you that it's because what I changed on the outside changed on the
So tell
inside.
us about the course
Okay.
briefly. Tell us about the course briefly, and then
Okay.
we're going to move on to Lori after. So go. Tell us about the
Okay,
course.
so bottom line is the course is almost ready to launch. Okay, still in beta, but it will be launching very, very shortly. And there's an app. So if you're lazy and you don't want to learn all this crap, you just put the picture in and it gives you the reading. Okay, but it's better to know it yourself. And there's going to be a 40%, the course is $497. There's a 40% affiliate. So if you guys want to sell it to other people and make some money, you could talk to me about that. And the other thing is, you'll never be able to look at somebody the same way again because when you look at them, you actually know you see them the way they see themselves. So
Amazing.
that's me. I'm Rhonda Schur. If you want to go from overlooked to fully booked, or you want to learn about facelifts, come talk to me. I'm in San Diego, and that's me. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rhonda. By the
Sorry,
way,
a little long.
Rhonda's a longtime client, a great JV, a great referral partner, and Jen, please send Rhonda an email. I want to do a LinkedIn Live with her to talk about her new course, and I
Okay.
want to go 30 minutes with her in front of my LinkedIn Live audience to help more people be able to learn about her course, and then I want to promote it to our 1,400 community members, and I want to send an email about everyone to watch the LinkedIn Live and to invest in the course with our affiliate link. Okay, thank you,
Okay.
Rhonda. You are awesome.
Thank,
Laurie,
thank
take it
you.
away. Laurie, give us a minute and tell us a little bit about what you do so that we can help you on the cruise.
I am blown away by everything Wanda just said. Holy cow. I think I'm going to do that microblading. Um, I am Lori Osborne. I am the founder of BizBolster Web Solutions and the creator of the Authority Blueprint and the Authority Platform. I am affectionately known as the Authority Amplifier. Can I say authority one more time? So I focus on helping people build the authority online through websites and then some. And I am actually looking for people right now to do informational interviews with me so that I can confirm that what I'm doing is on target or change if it's not. So if you are willing to do a 25-minute call with me so I can pick your brain and get a feel for how you feel about your online presence. I would greatly appreciate that. And Joe, you were on my list and I absolutely want to talk to you. And then I am also looking for only two beta testers for my program at a massively reduced price with a 1 year support package on top of so many things that they will get at a huge discount, but I really need the right people. So we'll talk to you about that in the informational interview, or if you guys know that you know of some thought leaders that need help, please, I will put my information in the chat.
Okay, Nina
Thank you.
and Laurie both said they're interested. So you have 3 people during this session that are interested. Now, I want you guys to remember. So, Nikki, you're going to be next. I want you guys to remember the following. during the cruise, during the marketer's cruise, and if anybody else is listening to this after, the marketer's cruise is a ship that is leaving on January 17th for 8 days on the West Coast. It usually happens on the East Coast, but this year it's happening on the West Coast. And all of us are going to be in person for 8 days with 450 other people that are coming to the cruise. Probably 250 of them at least are entrepreneurs. And we're going to network for 8 days, 24/7. And it's just going to be amazing. It's going to be great. And we're going to build these incredible relationships. But on day 2, I believe, we do something where everybody comes and we all do our elevator pitches in front of everyone in the room. So there'll be, let's say, 200 people in the room, and each person 30 seconds at a time will get up on stage and do their elevator pitch. And you only have 30 seconds, and you have to do something that's truly going to be memorable and really impress people. And you're going to possibly talk about your gift. So everyone's going to come and bring a gift. So if you haven't filled out the directory, I highly recommend that you take time today to fill out the directory and you get yourself into the paper directory. So you're going to give a book out with everybody, and you're going to say what page number you are in the directory. And if you don't fill it out now, you're not going to be in the directory. So it expires at the end of the day today. You have to fill out the directories. If you need help filling out the directory, just in the chat, write, I need help, and we'll help you fill out the directory. But that's really important for you to kind of get into that directory because you'll have a page number. And then you want to make sure that you have a gift. So my gift is going to be called High Energy Cruise, highenergycruise.com. And if you guys want, you can click on it. I put it in the chat. And you put in your name, your email, what client you're looking for, your ideal client description, the learning goals you have, and the business topics, and you press go, and it'll tell you who on the cruise you need to be networking with using AI, okay? So it's available right now. I don't have the current directory, so I'm going off last year's directory. But most of the people that were in last year's directory are going to be in this year's directory anyways, because, you know, more than half the people are going to be last year's. So if you check it out, that's going to be my gift. Last year I was on page 30 or something or whatever, and I got up on stage and I said, hey, Joe Applebaum, page 30, and then I did a rap or whatever I did, and then I said, you know, my gift, and I said, check out page 30, and everybody wrote down page 30. So that's kind of like how it works. This is specifically for Rhonda because she was never on the cruise, and maybe for somebody else. By the way, is this your first time on the cruise? First time? Okay. Yeah, so a couple of you first time on the cruise, that's awesome. So if it's your first time on the cruise, this is exceptionally helpful to know that this is going to happen because most people, they show up and they're like, oh shit, I didn't even prepare my elevator pitch. I don't even know what to say in my 30. And I didn't even know about the directory. And I didn't even fill out my information and all that stuff. So this information is vital for you to have in order for you to actually be effective on the cruise and feel good about it at the end of the day. But realize that if you walk away with a handful of relationships, it was worth it for you to spend 8 days enjoying a handful of deep, meaningful relationships because you're not going to be able to build 1,000. So you have to prioritize. So all of you that are part of Evie AI Pro, like Rhonda and Laurie and Nikki, if you have Evie AI Pro, I'm going to add to your connections dashboard the list of everyone that's going to be on the cruise with everyone's LinkedIn information and AI research to be able to research all those people. So just FYI, that's a bonus I'm giving all the Evie AI Pro clients. And we're going to have about 30 Evie AI Pro clients on that ship. So it's amazing that we're going to have that. And we're all going to have special meetings teaching about LinkedIn and all that stuff. So I did that last year as my first year, but this year I'm going to be much more prepared. And we're going to have niche networking meetings and niche groups of people that are super into LinkedIn meeting and getting to know each other. So know that that's coming, and there's going to be an organized plan for us to be able to really maximize the ship this year. So I'm super excited about that. So with that, I want to give Nikki her minute, and then we're going to do Hirsch next, and then Dennis, and then Linda, and then we're just going to call you Sassy. Should we call you Sassy, or should we call you Sherist? She's like, call me Sassy. Okay, Nikki, go ahead.
It's good to see so many familiar faces on here. I'm excited because Hirsch and I met in Utah, hung out in Florida, despite living just like a few miles away from each other. We've never met at home. And now we're going to go to Mexico. Anyways, so hi, everybody who doesn't know me. My name is Nikki Green. I'm a business transformation expert. Tomorrow, I am launching my brand new holiday special for my Community Business Foundations Collective and the Entrepreneurs MBA. So I'm looking for launch partners. If anyone's open to promoting and still has space in their calendar before the end of the year, I do offer a 20% commission for anyone who buys. But you can also contribute a gift, like my roommate on the cruise, Lori, who's going to be offering a website audit for anyone that buys. Then she'll also get a little bit of an uplift because she'll get some of those emails for her list and potentially some clients too. because I don't do websites. I do a lot of things, but that's not it.
Amazing, amazing.
Cool. I'm excited for this.
I love that very much, and thank you for sharing. And tell me more about that, because I'd love to interview you for my LinkedIn Live so you can talk about that. So Jen, schedule something for me and Nikki to talk about that and see how I can promote you to my audience. I have 53,000 followers on LinkedIn, and I would love to promote you.
Fantastic.
The other thing I want to let you guys know is that last year I did something amazing. I created a WhatsApp group for the Marketers Cruise, and over 100 people that were on that ship joined that meeting, that thing. And because of that WhatsApp group, we were able to have direct interaction with people very quickly, and people were able to support each other and find things, because the Facebook group is good. There's 2,000 people on the Facebook group, but it's not private just to the people inside the cruise. It's like everyone that was ever on the cruise or that's interested in the cruise, and it requires approval, and sometimes it takes time. Like you're like, oh, you ask a question, and then by then the event passed and you didn't even get approved and whatever. So the Marketers Cruise WhatsApp group gives us the ability to kind of connect in real time with each other. And not everybody has Wi-Fi on the ship, whatever. I get Wi-Fi. I pay the extra couple dollars to get Wi-Fi, and I get insurance. It's very important to pay for the insurance. A woman lost her leg, and if she didn't have the insurance, it wouldn't have been covered. She was like going on an excursion, and something terrible happened. And because she had the insurance, like everything was paid for. So I pay the extra $200 for the 8 days for the insurance. Do it. And the other thing I would tell you to do is get a case of water for your room. So when you check in, buy the case of water, and then they'll just deliver it to your room. So when you get to your room, you'll have a nice case of water in your room, because the water from the place is not really drinkable. You want to make sure that you have your bottled water there. So that's the idea. I did put the I'm not going to go on any excursions, by the way. I focus my excursion time on sleeping in my room and relaxing, because the rest of the time we're networking like crazy. So I personally am not going to go on excursions. And there's also events that happen for the people that are not interested in excursions that you're going to miss out if you do. So just like FYI, I'm not saying don't go. A lot of people built a lot of really good relationships on the excursions. But I personally, my preference is just to stay and relax as much as possible, because it is a vacation. And when everyone's off the ship, I can just chill and whatever, or do the things that are just being done by the more seasoned people that have been there for 10 years and they're not going on excursions. So that's the idea. The WhatsApp group is in the chat of the Zoom. If you want to join it, save that link. And also, if you meet anyone that's going on the 2026 cruise, send them that link. And let's all try to get at least one person into that group. And that's kind of like how I did it last year, how I got 100 people in the first day into the group. Is I just had 5 ambassadors in the cruise, and they each got 20 people in, and that's it. You know, people that they met, they just decided to get them in. And we got more than half of the people into the WhatsApp group, and it was just cool. Everyone posted pictures. It was very, very nice. So if you want to get into the group, I just put a link to the group there, and that's it. Okay, so Nikki, you went. Rhonda, you went. Laurie, you went. Hirsch, you want to go next, and then Dennis, and then the rest of you will go. Okay, go ahead, Hirsch.
Thanks, Joe. Hey, Nikki. Yeah, so this is fun that we're continuing this this relationship and all of this stuff. It's amazing. On that note, I want to say, Joe, like since the last cruise, and I'm sure this is the experience with most of us on this thing today, we have been in contact, if not every week or sometimes every day, but just continuously since the cruise. And I think that that is an amazing testament to what you're doing, but it's also shows the desire for the group that connects. I mean, that's like, 100 plus people that you meet, that stay in touch and help each other over the course of a year is amazing. So, but just so you know what I do, we talk about the elevator pitch, 30 seconds, you memorize your elevator pitch, then what? Like, would you rather memorize an elevator pitch or develop your own brand language that makes you completely unique and distinctive? And that's what I do. I have 2 ways of doing it. I have a one-on-one program and an authority lab, which is a group program, but they're both 90 days. And in 90 days, you develop a brand voice guide that you can then feed into your AI. You can use it for yourself. Your staff can use it. Your marketing people can use it. But it's the most deep and profound definition of who you are as a brand. And that's what I do.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. And you're 100% right about getting to know people and going deep. You know, sometimes you think you're trying to get through to everyone and get to as much as possible. What I found was that even just like getting to know a dozen, like picking your dozen or picking your top 5 and then going deep with them and saying, these are the top 5 people I'm going to be in touch with for an entire year. That is an extremely, extremely good ROI. And so don't worry about trying to get in touch with everyone. The universe will put you in touch with the right people at the right time. It might be someone on the line to the pizza. It might be someone who you just randomly meet when you're playing pool with me, or maybe someone on a slide you'll meet or something. There'll be some random time that you'll meet someone, maybe on the dance floor, like me and Nina were on the dance floor with, I think Nina was dancing with Dennis. Dennis is an amazing dancer. And so is Nina. And so like, it's just interesting where you meet people and how you connect, and just be open-minded. But the key is definitely be willing to follow up with people. Let's quickly do another selfie because we have a couple more people here now. So just look at the camera if you can. Don't look at yourself, because then you'll be self-conscious when you look at yourself. I always say look at the whole, which means look at the camera, and smile. And we're going to 3, 2. All right, let's see. I'm going to take that little picture of all of us, and I'm going to put that picture inside the WhatsApp group for us so that we have it, and we could use it as a post, and then we can tag each other. So I do recommend that.
By the way, Joe, sorry, that's a picture RJ took on the cruise from one of the port places of the ship.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So what I was going to say is do tag each other on posts. So for example, if you're posting on LinkedIn, make sure to tag me on the post so you can take the image that I put in the WhatsApp group and also put it in the Zoom chat for you guys so you can download it on your computer in case you don't have WhatsApp yet or whatever, or you didn't get into the WhatsApp group yet. I put it into the Zoom chat so you can download it. Excuse me. What I would tell you guys to do is to tag each other, and when you tag each other, we'll all comment on each other's posts, whether it's on Facebook or whether it's on LinkedIn or Substack or anywhere else. And we'll also distribute everyone's LinkedIn URLs that are here. So if you guys want me to distribute all the LinkedIn URLs, put them in the chat, in the Zoom chat if you can. Put your LinkedIn URL in the Zoom chat. Mine is joelinkedin.com, www.joelinkedin.com. And this way we can all make sure that we're connected with each other on LinkedIn. And if you want to put your email address there, I'm going to put mine. And this way I can connect all of us via email as well. So go ahead and put in your email in the Zoom chat as well. And this way I'll be able to do a mass email between all of us. And as a follow-up, I'll just email all of us so that we can all get to know each other. It's really important for you to do one-on-ones with people before you get on the ship. Like before you get on the ship. So pay attention to that Facebook group, find out who's coming, and then just send them a message maybe once a week. Find somebody that's coming to the ship and just set up a 15-minute get-to-know-you call. I did that with people that ended up not even going on the ship, and they became my client after as a result. And I did that with people that went on the ship but then had to leave early, and I didn't even have a chance to meet them on the ship. But because I got to know them before the ship, I was able to get referrals from them as well. So I want you to really think about that. Networking, the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. Some people just go because it's vacation. They just want to go to the vacation. But if you treat this like a real networking event, like a real conference, you're going to get real results from it. Okay, Dennis, you're next. Dennis the Menace, you have to just unmute yourself to talk because I muted you because you were talking to somebody in some weird English accent. Okay, go ahead. Just kidding. Take it away.
You probably can't understand me anyway. There you go. My story is so powerful, most of which I haven't told anyone. Long story short, I've helped people for the last 25 years, documented everything. The story began, well, you probably know my nickname is the Godfather of Salsa. I got that name initially because there was a girl who'd been 17-year-old, been in a wheelchair for 5 years, and using a combination of a breathing technique I brought into the West, and also something I'm going to come on to, which is the imagination. I got her out of the wheelchair, and her wish was to learn to dance. So I paid for dance lessons for salsa, and now internationally I'm just known as the Godfather of Salsa. I can dance.
The Godfather of Salsa. I love it, Dennis. I love it, and he's really, really good.
I got that name in a Russian nightclub. I was there doing some charity work in Novosibirsk in Siberia. Got taken to a Latin club, danced with some beautiful girls who happened to be the girlfriends of the Russian mafia. And I had to escape in the boot of it, or you call it the trunk of a taxi, because the bodyguards were told to take me to hospital.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And
And we're
after
gonna
that, the
enjoy.
doctor's house was called.
We're gonna enjoy listening
Sorry?
to all your stories during dinner. I happened to have dinner with Dennis more than once at the
Yeah.
cruise, and he told me these incredible stories and entertained me while I ate delicious food. So Dennis, your stories are fantastic, fantastic, and we all want to
Right.
hear them. You want to quickly tell everybody what you do for a living so we can know how to recommend you?
I don't do it for a living. It's a long story short, after the shipwreck, and when my wife had 3 strokes and was given an hour to live in Singapore, I wasn't going to let her live. I wasn't going to let her die in a sterile hospital room with machines bleeping and bloody scanners going. So, because hearing's the last thing to go, and they said, say your last goodbyes, the heart's going to give up, we'll give them twice the medication to stop her. There is nothing medical science can do to save her. It was raw, uneducated, I've got no medical knowledge, but it was a primal urge of fight or flight, of survival. I built a mental picture of Paradise Island, and I took every sense I've got, amplified them in words, and tried to get some neural activity going in what was left of the brain that wasn't destroyed. Half the brain was gone, she was blind, she was paralyzed. 3 days later, an eyelid blinked. And that was a start. It was terminal, but I was able to get her back to the UK 3 months later. What I then did was use exactly the same framework of amplifying all the senses in imagination. That helped get the girl out of the wheelchair. I've helped loads of people over the years. In fact, I set myself a target of many thousands, which I've hit. But because of my training, what I did was I documented everything to escape the PTSD. Because I live near the coast, I used to walk the beaches from midnight so I didn't get nightmares. But I used to build these positive Paradise Island images in my head. And during the day, I reinforced them with what I call my whispers, which you probably would call a mini meditation. Thankfully, I documented everything, and it was only when I was persuaded to, after speaking to someone on the cruise 18 months ago, I opened this old file, and there was over 100 different circumstances that helped people over the years with. So I've now been documented it. I've literally yesterday I finished the draft copy of my book on dealing with grief, which I plan to launch probably around about the time of the
Yay, your new
cruise.
book. Congratulations.
And I've got a course which covers everything. What I did was, because I'm a good photographer, I took videos of some amazing sunrises as I was walking. That accompanies my course, and I've decided to go back to my notes to reinforce and anchor what I was doing. I did a mini, everybody can spare 1 minute a day. So I used to take 1 minute and just focus on one thought. You might call it a mini meditation. And that really anchored and reinforced my recovery from grief, PSD, and I was diagnosed with depression as well. That got me through it. The course on whispers is almost finished, and that'll be done certainly by the time the cruise comes about. So a lot of work going on in the background, Joe. It's time to get it out the world, and heavens above, at my age, it's probably going to be my legacy that helped people over the years with.
Amazing.
I've now been documented when computers were made of steam that helped people over the years with. So I've now been documented it. Time isn't on my side. I've got to take 1 minute out there, and hopefully it'll help many more people.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving us that minute. I appreciate you, Dennis.
Yep.
You are awesome,
Yep,
and I'm looking forward to going deeper with you. Okay, so
Yeah,
Linda,
sounds good.
Linda, Sassy, and then Nina. Those are the 3 people that are left to go, and then we're gonna do some fun things and discuss a little bit more. But Linda, take it away. Give us a minute. Tell us what you're up to.
Awesome. I'm Linda Sunshine West, and I actually know many of you already, so that's really cool. I interviewed Rhonda many years ago, 5 years ago. But I am here to help people to get their stories into the world where they'll make a greater impact on the planet. I'm a book publisher, and I'm known as the Fearless Book Publisher because in 2015, I embarked on a journey to break through one fear every single day for a year. And I did that because I had so many fears that were stopping me from living my life. When I would go to networking events back before then, I would actually drive to a networking event, sit in the parking lot, and never even go inside because I had so much fear to talk to people. So the fact that I'm here today, having conversations, even though we're on Zoom, when we're in person, you'll see I will actually now approach people, which is something I wouldn't do before. So my whole entire life changed by me breaking through fears every day. And now I help other people break through their fear of sharing their story, getting their message out there, just getting themselves out there to make a difference. So I'm a book publisher. My publishing company is called Action Takers Publishing. Our mission is to empower 5 million women and men to share their stories with the world to make a greater impact on the planet. Looking forward to the cruise. I actually stepped on Dennis's feet when we danced, and it just seems to be my thing. So if you're going to dance with me, I'm probably going to step on your feet.
We are steel toe shoes.
No problem.
Exactly.
Thank you. Thank you, Linda Sunshine West. Appreciate you and looking forward to seeing you again this year on the cruise. Okay, Sassy, the Sharist, the Sassy system. Do you want to take it away and give us your minute of
I
love?
love it. Yes, beautiful. My name's Sharess, and I go by Coach Sassy. And actually, one thing, I love to salsa dance. I'm Puerto Rican, so let's go. I'm so excited for the cruise. It is my first cruise with you guys, so I'm really excited about that. But my mission is really to empower people like Linda and many coaches and entrepreneurs and businesses with systems, automations, AI. There's I'm a social entrepreneur. I built an orphanage in the Philippines. I've done things in Mexico where I use my business for good. And that's really what my legacy is all about. And so I love to work with people who are passionate and have something they want to bring to the world. And between coaching and automation and systems, I'm a go high level or high level SaaSpreneur, as we say it. So turned it, and I'm not sure who's familiar with that, but last year I decided to launch, and in my launch I got 25 people, and within 10 months I hit the 100 subscribers on my system. So that gave me the opportunity to speak on high level stages, and now also help influencers and other people who want to build their SaaSes. So I have two funnels, if you will. One is the person who needs a system I've already built for coaches, authors, speakers, and all of that. And the other is, hey, you want to learn high level, you want to build your own SaaS, you want to get into the AI space that's built around Go High Level and all the different apps that we're integrating with it, then that is my jam. So I just love to help you all shine and be that person that has that platform that'll help you leap to the next level.
Amazing. I love your
So
story.
hope I wasn't too much over my 1 minute.
No, you're good. I love your story. I love what you're doing. I love the energy you're bringing. It's going to be great. We need more Go High Level people on the ship. So I'm glad that you're a GHL expert. Jen, set up a meeting with me and the Sassy expert, the SaaStrepreneur. I removed another Sherry and I added you, even though your name is now Sherry, but I removed another Sherry because I'm at 30,000 max connections. So I have to remove people to add people. And so I just removed
I made it.
I removed somebody and send you a connection request. So if you accept it, we will be connected on LinkedIn. So I'm excited. And Jen,
You
my
got
assistant,
it.
will
I'm
set up
on it.
Jen, my assistant, will set up a one-on-one with us to kind of get to know each other because we integrate with Go High Level natively, our technology. So I would love to show you how we do that, how we take somebody's LinkedIn information and just push it directly into Go High Level with a click of a button. And so and I'm doing some crazy stuff on Go High Level too. So I want to just show you what I'm doing just to give you an idea about the way that I use GHL, and that might inspire you to come up with ideas to help your clients. Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
I
for being
love
here.
that. And I'm also, as part of the community, sharing all of these different tools. So amazing. I'm looking forward to that.
Fantastic. Thank you. All right.
Hi, Joe. Rhonda raising hand for so long.
Oh, thank you, Jen.
I just wanted to share something really quick. So I am somebody that is just really afraid of getting sick on cruises because I came back from one in Europe with COVID. If you guys get this stuff called Nozin, Nozin, I swear to you, you will not get sick. It's expensive. It's not cheap. You can get it on Amazon. But if you just put it in your nose when you go on an airplane or you're going to be with crowds, it's like putting, that, what do you call that stuff? That spray stuff all over you. So no germs will get near you.
I love
okay.
that. I love
So
that.
if you don't want to get, we came back from an Alaska cruise and didn't get sick. And there were, like
Wow.
3,000 people on that. So that's just my little, I'm a Jewish mother. I'm sorry. And I just wanted to give you that advice.
If you can put the link in the Zoom chat for the Nozin, just go ahead and find it on Amazon and put it in so that everyone can.
Yeah, I'll just put it's Nozin.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
And it's cheaper if you go on their website and buy it. It's more
Amazing.
expensive on Amazon. But I'm telling you, my sister found out, and just one quick little thing. I went in the hospital for a procedure and I put it in before I went in, and they put it in my nose. I said, I already did that. They said, I don't care. This is our policy.
Wow.
So it's not, yeah. I mean,
Unbelievable.
seriously, this
No-
is like the best gift you could ever have. If you don't want to get sick and you want to hang out with everybody and still give hugs, get Nozin. Okay, I'm
Nozin.
done.
Thank you, Rhonda. You're awesome. Okay, Nina's next, and then look at that. We had Claire join us and Fabiola join us. Oh my God, I can't wait to see Fabiola take action during the cruise. Last year we did some crazy stuff, but I want Nina to give us her 1-minute elevator pitch. So Nina, go ahead and share with us who you are and what you do. And Claire and Fabiola, put your LinkedIn URL in the chat and also put in your email addresses so everyone can have your LinkedIn URL and your email addresses in the chat. Go ahead, Nina, take it away.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Nina Perez, and I'm a recovering shy girl turned connection coach. So I help people. I do this one-on-one, and actually in 2026, I'm going to be launching my group programs. I help people with the social courage to go out there and connect. I help them with the embodiment of confidence. My background actually is in dance. I did 25 years of teaching salsa, tango, bachata. And so I actually have two funnels or two ways that people come to me. One is through the dance. My dance school has turned into a funnel for people learning how to do salsa. And then we move into, well, that helps your confidence. Now let's continue increasing your confidence for connecting with people. And so when they move to the other funnel around confidence, charisma, and communication skills, then I go on and I teach them this idea of like, how do you embody confidence? How do you have the social courage to do? Pretty much, I would say Joe is like an amazing example of somebody who has social courage and is very extroverted, but not all of us are that extroverted. Like I'm introverted, but connecting is the thing that has made my businesses explode. So I agree with all your philosophy, Joe, and everything you do. He's an example of like, ideally, that's what you could do. But a lot of times my clients, they're like afraid to get in front of people, afraid to get in front of the camera, afraid to send out email, afraid to pitch. And so we work a lot on the confidence, but after they get through, they have more confidence, we also work on their charisma because they're not being perceived as competent or warm enough to get leads referred to them or to get hired. Sometimes I have like this quiz where you can do 4 different, you find out what uncalibrated charisma you have. So you may be a sweetheart, but you're not getting hired, right?
Yeah, put the quiz in the chat so that we could all check out the quiz. And Claire and Fabiola, if you're coming on the cruise this coming year, make sure that you join our WhatsApp group. That's awesome, Nina. Thank you so much for sharing all that wonderful information. Please share that quiz with us so that we can all fill it out. And if anybody needs help having a little more charisma or shaking your booty a little bit on the boat, definitely hit Nina up. She'll help you be able to take things to the next level. So thank you, Nina. And by the way, I wasn't always this way. I had to hire coaches like Nina to help me be able to get where I needed to go. So the fastest way to get to success is by hiring the coaches, hiring Lori, hiring Rhonda, hiring Nikki, hiring Nina. Hire the people that will take you to the next level.
Will we get a replay of this? Because I want to cut that snippet. That's amazing. And you guys, the quiz link, I'll put it in the WhatsApp group because it's still in process. So I will, I actually have a quick newsletter I can send out that shows you.
And if you need me to whip up a quiz for you very, very quickly using Gemini or Claude or whatever, I can whip one up in a few seconds for you so that it can go from in
Well, I've been working on that, but I don't like all the questions. I'm like, oh, we need to change this. So I put a lot of my energy in the AI, and we collaborate together.
Amazing, amazing. If you need help with it, once you come up with your questions and you need help with it actually turning into a quiz that people can email and blah, 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 I can just click a few buttons and make it happen and create the application for you. So
yeah, and we have to get to know each other. I don't know much about EVAI, but I'm curious, very curious.
Okay, Jen set up a meeting with me and Nina. Her email should be in the chat. So Jen set up a meeting with me and Nina for probably early December or late November. Thank you. Okay, we have some amazing more people here that gotta go. So Claire, you want to go next, and then Fabiola? Claire
Hello.
had pink hair when I met her. Claire, you're what happened
I
to
mean,
your
I still have. It's just it needs an
Ah.
upgrade.
Recording in
You know,
progress.
it will
Amazing.
be. It'll be pink. It'll be cruise ready.
I want to
So,
be. I
hello
want to see
everyone.
all the
Nice to meet you.
pinkiness. Bring the pink. Bring the pink, Claire.
Always. I got pink top.
Okay.
I got
Okay.
pink top.
Okay.
And the what is it? The Twix flavored hot chocolate. Hello everybody. Recognize some of you and some of you not so much. I've been on the cruise a couple of times now, so I'm excited about going again. I am Claire Clark. I am all about book-led business growth. So I help you grow your business with a book that does the selling for you. So I help coaches, consultants, course creators to create branded books, but in particular workbooks and planners rather than fully written books. And these books grow your visibility, they attract high quality leads and drive sales to your other offers, you know, your courses, your one-to-one service and all those things, or while positioning you as the go-to expert because you are an expert and that's what you should be seen as out there. So they're not kind of read once books. They're not books that just get stuck on a shelf. They're practical books. They're strategic tools, people to write in them. So they're like a lead magnet, program boosters, passive income streams, all of that malarkey. And that's what help people do. So if you help people go through any kind of journey, transformation, learning, or whatever, that kind of thing, it can be put into a workbook and can be used in that way to grow your business. So I usually take a few on the cruise ship with me, which means I have to like check in an extra bag because if I put it all in one bag, it goes over the weight. So I'll try and bring some with me, but you can see some on my website, and I'm always up for a chat, always up for a British cup of tea on a Zoom and a chat with anyone. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank
And
you so
happy
much.
to,
Yeah.
looking forward to seeing you on the cruise ship as well. For
Thank you
fun.
so much, everyone, for sharing. And thank you, Claire, for sharing what you do for a living. That's awesome. If anybody wants to get in touch with her, she put her contact information in the chat. Make sure to put your email and LinkedIn URL in the chat so everybody can connect with you. You know, one of the most important things is to get to know people before you show up on the cruise. During the cruise, it's going to be nice to go deeper, have breakfast, lunch, and supper. But definitely set up meetings with people in advance. And this is kind of like why I do this. This is why I set up these meetings, is because so that you can find one or two people during these meetings that you want to go a little bit deeper with. I'm going to coming out of this with at least 2 LinkedIn Lives that I'm going to be doing with Laurie and with Rhonda, possibly with Nikki as well, if she's interested. And then I'm also going to have one-on-one with someone brand new, you know, Sheris, and then also with Nina. So if you think about it, I'm coming out with like 5 meetings as a result of this. So I want you to think about who are the people that you're going to be following up with, because that's so important. With that being said, Fabiola actually helped my mother with an issue. When you find amazing people, bring them into your family, hire them, have them help you. Fabiola is a shaman, and she's also a client of mine and just an amazing person. And she did some incredible exercises, and I hope you're going to be doing those exercises again in the ship. And she's just an incredible healer and an incredible person to get to know. So Fabiola, give us your 1-minute elevator pitch. Tell us what you do and how you help people.
Thank you, Joe. Hi, everybody. I'm Fabiola Boffman. I'm originally from Peru, and I actually help people overcome trauma through my shamanic practice. I used to be a scientist, or still I'm a scientist. And when I was growing up in Lima, Peru, I experienced terrorism. So I know how trauma can be stored in your body and your luminous field. So through going back to my country and learning the shamanic practices and learning a lot of energy tools here in the United States, I help people overcome the blockages that stops them from becoming the persons they're meant to be, having the relationships they're meant to have, and just have a happier life. So what we did on the cruise, I hope we have a better location this time because it was kind of like difficult. You know, we were in the top deck. I'm hoping to just scan people, you know, to see what they may need to release in order to heal. And it's a very simple process. And once the energetic blockages are gone, they're gone. So of course, everything has layer because it takes you a long time to get all that in your body. But I love doing the work, and I also do a lot of readings. And you know, surprisingly, readings help a lot. People because they can't see their own stuff. So I help people a lot with that too.
And I personally saw her doing stuff. I mean, she helped someone so much that a plate of chicken flew out and went all over the place as a result of how much trauma we released. A plate of chicken came flying. You guys ask Fabiola for the story of how the plate of chicken came flying out of nowhere. But it's just insane how she really, really helps people. And so I'm definitely, whatever events you're going to be doing, I'm not only going to be attending, but I'm going to make sure that I bring everyone that I can to your events.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll have to find a good place. What are you guys thinking about where you want to meet?
We're probably gonna meet by Profits and Pizza in the back of the ship. But
Okay.
we're gonna find different places to meet, and we're gonna communicate that inside the WhatsApp group. I'm gonna get on the ship a little early, and I'm gonna try to find good places, and also going to customer service and asking them to help you find a room. They could get you a room in advance if you go to them and ask them for a room if you need a
I did
private
that.
room. If they're not willing to
They
do
did
it,
that.
if they're not willing to do it, then we can find out who has a little bit of a bigger bedroom, and we can kind of do it inside the private rooms. That's number one. Number two is if we do it early in the morning or late in the evening, there's plenty of spaces that, you're not going to get in people's ways. When we did it over there, we did it at 2 p.m. in the middle of the adults only place, where there's no kids allowed. And we kind of, it was a little disruptive to the people that were just trying to relax there. So that's probably not the best place to do it. But we can find some nooks and different times to do it where it's not in the middle of the day, maybe during when people go out on an excursion or whatever. And then you can find places. There's plenty of spaces where you can meet where there's very little people there, and there won't be a problem for you to do something. If nobody complains, it's fine. And I love your little speakerphone thing that you brought, which is really cool. I actually bought my own little karaoke machine, which I don't know that they're going to let me bring that on the ship, but I have a little karaoke machine that I bring with me just to have fun with. Okay, so Claire asked a
Thank you.
question. She says, how do we get on the ship early? Message me. I'll let you know how to get on the ship early. We'll go back and forth, and I'll tell you how I get it. I always try to get in super, super early into the ship. So I'll let you know how you get in early when I find out. Every time it's different, but I'll let you know how I do it. Okay. All right. So I think we all went already. I think we all went around. I'm just going to quickly scan. It looks like Miriam is here. Miriam, if you turn your camera on, if you're wearing clothing, turn your camera on. If you're not, you can keep your camera off. But if you can't turn your camera on and introduce yourself, Miriam, we would love to get to know you. She's like, I can't. I'm so sorry. Okay, no problem. So just introduce yourself from the darkness of the night. You can't even introduce yourself because you're at work. Okay. All right, at least put in your email and your LinkedIn URL in the chat, and we'll all connect with you, Miriam. Okay, you did. Okay, excellent. Thank you. And if there's anything else that anybody needs, please let us know. Claire, if you can't open up from your WhatsApp, just copy I'll email everyone the URL anyway to the WhatsApp so you can open it on your phone later. So don't worry about opening it up on your laptop. And if anybody has any questions about it, Captain Lou is actually doing an event. I don't know exactly when the event will be, but he does a webinar where he goes through everything that's going to happen at the event. So there's a couple of interesting things that happen. There's something called the JV Jacuzzi, where people get together during sunset at the JV Jacuzzi every day. And they go in the jacuzzi and they joint venture and help each other out, which is interesting. There's also a concept called Profits and Pizza. In the evenings, usually around 10 p.m. or 11 p.m., everyone gets together at the pizza shop. It's in the back of the boat, and everyone kind of just networks and builds relationships till like 2, 3 in the morning or whatever, like basically all night. People are hanging out and having a good time. And in the morning, they have these networking events really early in the morning. I didn't attend any of the networking events in the morning because I'd rather just run in the morning. There's a running track on top of the ship, and you'll find me every morning running on the running track. I'll be doing laps on the running track, so if anybody wants to run with me and do one-on-ones while I run, that's typically where you'll find me early in the morning exercising. Nikki, I see you have your hand up. Do you want to share anything?
I just wanted to say I just met Miriam last week at Strategic Alliances Live. She helps people remember what they're good at, and she has a huge Facebook group with like 33,000 members. So just giving her a little shout out because I know she can't jump on right now.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you for doing that on her behalf. That is very nice. Linda asked, she said, is it the WhatsApp group chat different for 2026? Yes, I'm creating a new one for the people because a lot of the people in the 2025 group are not going to be in the 2026 group. So it's going to be annoying for them for the amount of chatter we're going to have there. So I just created a new one and I shared the link in the chat. And then this way we can all add people to that group. You can send the link to anyone that you know is coming. And this way we can kind of get to know each other. Claire did share a link called the marketerscruisepreview.com. So I'm going to go ahead and share I'm going to open up the link, and I'm going to share my screen to kind of show you what that looks like. Claire, do you want to tell everyone briefly what that is?
I was just going to say that's got the so the date for the Marketers Cruise webinar with Captain Lou is the 3rd of December, 5 p.m. Eastern time, which I've put in there, and it just says that's how you get to it, and that's how you get the link to it. So that's what you're about to open.
Amazing, amazing. So
And go to the directory listing as well. We've got like how many days left for that? That's on the 1st.
I think today is the last day, or tomorrow might be the last day to upload your directory listing. So here's how you upload your directory listing. Step number 1 is you click on number 2 over here where it says upload your directory listing, and it takes you to a Jot form. You see this Jot form? I'm going to send you guys a Jot form in the chat over here so that you guys have it front and center. You put in your first and last name, so I write Joe Apfelbaum. My main website, I put Evie AI. You upload a picture of yourself. So I'm going to have probably a Marketer's Cruise picture of myself that's 200 by 200. If you don't have a picture that's 200 by 200, you can go to canva.com, canva.com. And what you can do is you can click on Create New, and then you can create a custom size picture, and then you can just write 200 by 200. Now, Canva is free to be able to do this. And then you just press Create New Design, and then you just paste your picture in here. So for example, I'm going to use Evie AI, you see that, to take a photo of me, and take a photo of me, like say for example, this photo over here, and I'm going to say regenerate this photo, and I'm going to say put me on a car, put me in front of a Carnival cruise ship on rollerblades, with a green cape and a cool sequence shirt that is pink, making a happy face, with a Samoyed dog on the ground next to me with its tongue out. Okay, now I'm going to press generate. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this photo, whatever, I just came up with the idea for what I wanted in my photo, which is going to take my face exactly, and this
Excuse me, Joe, just FYI, we have a call at 12. Thank you.
Thank you, Jen. And so you take your photo, whatever, you make a photo of yourself. You can make a photo with Evie AI. So I'm going to copy this photo, paste it in here. Do you see me by the ship here? So now I have a photo of me on rollerblades that I'm going to just press share, and then I can just upload this photo into here, and I could just save it. So I'll take this photo, put it right over here, and then describe what you do for a living, your title, your bio, your main product, what you're looking for, your gift of real value. So for example, my gift is going to be go to highenergycruise.com, and you can find anybody on this cruise that you could be networked with AI. That's the idea. I'm going to have people fill out a form, and I'll show them how they can get the gift. And then you put in your LinkedIn, your Facebook. I don't know if anybody still uses Skype. I don't, so you can kind of leave that blank. Put in your Twitter, your Instagram, and then press upload to directory. Okay, so that's kind of like how you do it. It's not rocket science to do, but make sure that you get it done today. If you need help filling it out, let me know. I'm more than happy to help you fill it out. And with that, looks like Claire's showing us what it looks like in the directory. Please make sure that you fill it out. Otherwise, you're not going to be in the directory. So that's what it looks like. It's black and white, and it looks like that. She's showing us exactly what it looks like and how it comes out. And then what happens is you're going to get a copy of this in your room, and you're going to be able to get through it. This is the 2025 version that Claire is showing us in the Zoom chat. So that's the idea. For anyone that joins Evie AI Pro, you're also going to get a spreadsheet where I'm going to take the entire directory, throw it into AI, turn it into a spreadsheet, organize it, enrich it, put everyone's LinkedIn URLs in there, and then add it to your current Evie AI connections dashboard. Okay, with that being said, I'm going to schedule another session for us to kind of get together as well. Would you guys want to be invited to the next session as well that we're doing? Yes? Was this good? Was this helpful for you guys? Okay. All right. So I'm thinking, Jen, we do it at the end of November, maybe the last week of November. I'm thinking maybe the 27th, same time at 11 a.m. Would you guys be cool with that? Same time, on the 27th. It is Thanksgiving Day. So for some people, it might be difficult for you to do Thanksgiving Day. Lori's like, no, not possible.
I don't recommend doing it Thanksgiving Day.
Why?
I'm not going to be
Day
working
after,
that
maybe.
day.
Okay.
The
what-
day after, perhaps.
Oh, do you guys want to do the day after or the day before Thanksgiving? What's better? Thanksgiving or the
I
day
would say the day
after?
before.
The day before is better for you?
26, Joe.
What do you say?
Can you do 26?
We would have to move the 11 a.m. I have an event at 11 a.m. I have something at 11 a.m. going on there, but there's a link to move it. So yeah, we can do it on the 26th. So we'll do it on the 26th then. We'll do it before Thanksgiving. Yes? I was like, why is my 27th so available? Why do I have so much time on the 27th? Meanwhile, it's Thanksgiving.
Joe,
Yes.
so I mean, I completely forgot it was Easter time. So I'm on the Pacific Coast. Who's on the? Are you all on the East Coast?
I'm on the East Coast. Yeah.
Because that might be out.
Yeah, but
Because
I'm
that
the
was-
UK.
She's on
I'm
the East-
totally other
yeah,
side of
I
the
did
planet.
I did it in the morning because Claire asked me to do it in the morning. Otherwise, I would do it in the afternoon. So I'm going to duplicate the event. I'm going to put it on for the 26th and send all of you guys an invite right now. And if anybody else put in their email in the chat, I'll include you guys as well. So I went ahead and sent it for the 26th at 11 a.m. And I will see you guys then. Thank you very much for coming to this. Really appreciate all of you and looking forward to seeing you on the cruise. This is going to be fun.